That's that little. You ready, mama? You ready to do this? Hey Luvs, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If it's your first time, welcome to the family. My name is Lucy. This is my baby, special guest star today. This is my baby Tinka. Now let's get straight to it. You know when you get back home from a church service and you're just feeling like, wow, that was amazing, that was powerful. I have to share it with as many people as possible. I was sitting there like, wait, I have to share it with my YouTube family. This was too good. So I decided, I think on Sundays, I'm going to record on Sundays after church because I do want to be able to share the word, share the message, share what I get from the message on Sundays with you all. My hope is that it blesses at least one person out there as much as it blessed me. Let me tell y'all what the pastor preached on today. So we're starting a new series called The Beatitudes, and I love this. It's based on Matthew 5, the Beatitudes, right? And I am so excited for the series. Oh my word. So excited. Today, the pastor went over just chapter 3, Matthew 5, chapter 3, and I'll read it as well. Actually, yeah, let's go over my notes together. Tinka, do you wanna read some notes for the people? She said next time. She got y'all next time, okay? Now, today, the topic was the blessing of bankruptcy. So pretty much being humble. That's the first beatitude, right? And he came from Matthew 5, chapter 3. Let me read that. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. My Bible at church, that's from the New International Version. My Bible at church was New Living Translation, I believe is what I read. Let me read y'all that version. New Living Translation says, God blesses those who are poor and realize their need for him, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. And the topic was the blessing in bankruptcy, and we're talking about spiritual bankruptcy. And the pastor said, when you've come to the end of the road and know you cannot do anything without God, that is what spiritual bankruptcy is. It's like, this is my final draw. It's when you come to a point where you're like, plan A has failed, plan B has failed, plan C has failed, plan D has failed. I don't have any more plans left in me. I don't know what else to do. I'm spiritually bankrupt. He said that's when you've come to that road and you're just like, yo, I know I cannot do anything without God. Like I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to be able to accomplish anything without God. And so he gave us three little like tidbits as far as spiritual bankruptcy. He said the first one is the paradox of spiritual bankruptcy. And what that is it does not always make sense. So it's something that's abnormal. When you speak of, when you're rereading chapter 5, verse 3, and it says, blessed are those who are poor in spirit. Since when is it a blessing to be poor in anything? So it's an abnormality, right? But you have to view it as it's abnormal to the physical, like it's abnormal to our human nature, but it isn't abnormal in the spiritual sense. Number 2, you not listen to the word? I think she got tired of hearing me say it earlier. She said she got this. She got this. Number 2, he said the power of spiritual bankruptcy. There is power in being humble. Oh, that's another thing too. When you're reading verse 3, it's really talking about humility. Being poor in spirit, meaning recognizing that, God, I am nothing without you. I am broken without you. Like my spirit is yearning for you. My spirit has a strong desire for you. Ooh, this part got me, y'all. The pastor said, God doesn't bless what is full. God doesn't bless what is full. He blesses what is empty. That's that little. My bad. I'm sorry. God cannot bless what is already full. Meaning, if we feel like we are so full of ourselves, what room are we leaving for God? We feel like we got it. We feel like we got enough money. Like we making money. We looking good. We got the house we want. We got the car we want. We got the blase blase. Our relationships are flourishing. Like blase blase. Check, 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 check. We are so full of ourselves. It leaves zero room for God. Zero room for God. And God cannot bless something that's already full. We have to be empty, meaning we have to be willing to say, God, I am nothing and I have nothing without you. Like, I still need you. My heart, my spirit still desires and still yearns after you. Ooh, and then the pastor said this, y'all. He said, do not allow junk to fill you up that you are not hungry for God. Wait a minute. Not I'm out here scaring my baby. You should be used to this by now, baby. It's me. It's your mommy. Yeah, mama. Hey, my baby. Ooh, y'all like her pearls? You see the pearls? Yeah, show them your pearlies, mama. She's a classy dog. She's not like those other dogs. She's classy. He said, do not allow junk to fill you up that you aren't hungry for God. That spoke to me personally. And then, of course, he gave examples. He said, when you're eating so much junk food, when it's time to start eating the real food, when it's time to now sit down for dinner and have actual food, you most likely already ruined your appetite with all the junk that you ate prior to dinner, right? The same goes for our life, more so our spiritual life. If we fill ourselves up with so much social media, we fill ourselves up with so much internet, so much games, or so much entertainment, we fill ourselves up with so much movies, TV, Netflix, Hulu, blase, that we aren't leaving any room for God. We fill ourselves up so much with that our spirit and our hearts don't even yearn after God. There's no hunger. There's no hunger there for God because we're already so full from everything else we've been doing. There is no hunger. There's no more room. There's no more desire for God because we've already filled up all that space with other junk, So that spoke to me. I was like, okay, God, you talking to me now because you know me and Hulu and Netflix go together really bad. You know, those are my boos. But all right, God, I hear you speaking. I hear you. Number 3, he said, was the promise of spiritual bankruptcy. So if we reread Matthew chapter 5, verse 3, God ends God ends it with a promise. And what's that promise that he says? He says, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. So people who decide to be poor in spirit, people who decide to be humble themselves, what is your reward for that? The kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven. You may not get any reward here on earth, but God has an even better reward for us in heaven. The things of this earth are fleeting away. Like we will not be here forever, okay? And as the pastor was speaking, I also was reminded of this. What profit a man if he gains the whole world, but loses his soul? It's not about being, we can't be boastful. We can't even be confident in ourselves. That's why I always stand by Godfidence and not so much confidence, because confidence means I am trusting myself wholeheartedly. I am solely depending on my strength. I will get myself through this. I am the reason why I'm going to attain X, Y, and Z. I am the reason why. So confidence is more so me thing. But I know for sure that I am where I am today solely because of God. So even the confidence that I have, it's not my confidence. It's a Godfidence. It comes from God. I wouldn't be where I am today or the person who I am today. I wouldn't even have the personality that I have today, the confidence that I have today if it wasn't for God. So it's not a confidence. It's a Godfidence. It's all acquired by God. Beatitude number 1, be humble. Be poor in spirit. It's like, okay. And I really like how he tied that in with don't just be humble / poor in spirit, but also desire. Like you have to have a heart posture after God. You know, like your heart, your spirit, your mind, your soul has to literally long for God, hunger for God, thirst after God. And so this week, that's going to be my goal. And so this week I'm challenging myself to really be intentional in my time and my moments with God, and asking God to just fill me back up with that desire, that yearning for him. That was the message for today, you guys. I had to share with y'all. I can't say I love y'all if I don't share the good news. This was good news. This was amazing news. What a way to start the week, right? Right. So go ahead, share this, like this, subscribe to my channel. Say bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you, guys. See you in my next video. There you go, mama. Yeah. Okay, you can go back to sleep now. You go back to sleep now. I'm sorry. I won't bother you the rest of the day. I promise. She's like, girl, all you do is bother me. Like, leave me alone. Don't you got somewhere to go? No.